with you. Our chances of success are better with two of us out there.
The last time I worked in a team, I got a wooden plank to the head.
Then you had the wrong partners. I had great partners. Ivo, Captain...
I work alone. Have the gold ready. It won't take long.
Wooden plank in the
Very
head.
self-confident, like all the others.
The others?
Do you think he's the first one to try to solve the mystery of
Yes.
the evil in the woods? Oh, I've stopped counting. Some may have found it, but none of them returned.
Come on, Nate. We shouldn't rely on the bounty hunter to find our friends. Back to camp.
Back to camp. Go far.
Be careful.
Take it easy, Buddy. I'm here. Be good and sit down by the fire. By the fire, not in the fire.
What happened? Nate said something about a knight and a werewolf.
It was terrible. I'd nodded off and suddenly I heard my cream bun scream. I jumped up, ready to protect her. Then there was a flash of lightning which illuminated the gleaming figure of a knight, a paladin to be precise.
And then?
My honey blossom was out of her mind with fear. She ran into the woods, away from the paladin. I was going to run after her, but when the lightning struck again, there was a werewolf standing there. Nate screamed, Esther screamed. I tripped and lost my head. I called to Nate to run and get help from the village. The werewolf came towards me and I was certain I was done for. My body tried to defend me, but he had orientation problems. But then the lightning struck again, very close by. The wolf was startled and ran after the others into the woods.
So I'm sure they're fine.
They're fine. I mean, nothing must be allowed to happen to them.
They went into the woods unhurt, but those creatures were hot on their heels.
I couldn't take it if Timmy... They're fine. We just need to get them back first.
You have to find the heart.
The mayor talked about the heart of the wood. He's pretty certain that's the source of the evil.
But why do you think Esther and Timmy have ended up there of all places?
I don't know. Just a feeling. People have been disappearing here for centuries. I think they were lured into the woods or, like Esther, driven. If we want to get them both back, we'll have to uncover the secret of the wood.
Sorcerer Van Buren.
The Sorcerer Van Buren spent his last years in that castle. Pretty sure the book we're looking for will be somewhere there.
I'm not interested in the book. I want my sweetie pie back.
If we defeat the evil in the woods, we'll get Esther back and the mayor will show us a safe way through the mountains.
Well then, let's go.
Right, I'm going to go and look for the two of them. You hold the fort here.
I'm not staying here. I'm going to help.
That's exactly what you are doing by letting Nate repair you and being my advisor. And maybe you two could make things to help me along the way. You're both much more skilled than I am.
But my wife is out there.
And your son is here. Do you want to leave him here alone? Or take him out into the evil woods?
But... all right.
Yeah,
Bring back my cherry blossom and just say the word and I'll be at your side.
thank you,
I know.
Gulliver.
I'd better start by searching for clues and information. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
So,
We walked all the way from Seastone, a good deal of the way off the paved roads and paths. We feared that Councillor Van Buren might be watching them. It was an arduous journey, but we were well supplied. Food, water, warm blankets. Esther organised everything. Esther looked after Timmy with such kindness. Ever since Remy's death, he has been quite changed. He was always so adventurous before. After we left Seastone, he spent most of the time tucked away in Esther's coat pocket. Even the slightest sound made him jump. And now, monsters and werewolves, oh, poor fellow.
yeah, I feel sorry for him.
The wool blanket is old and has been darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone. Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey.
Okay, what
We
is
found
that?
everything just the way it is. A few stones laid out in a circle on a sandy area, no trees close by. A perfectly built campfire pit. Then again, what does it say about a village when travellers would rather stay outside the village than rent a room there?
You got a point.
What's that in the sand there? Looks like a thick-walled stone goblet, just like dwarves use. Those things would be too heavy for me to travel any long distances with. But the dwarves say that the stone goblets are fashioned to remind them of home. I'm afraid the dwarf who carried this goblet out here into the wilderness can't complain about my taking it anymore.
I think you're quite right.
This goblet was filled with sand. Maybe I can use it for something sometime. I think Nate has been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack. And it still doesn't radiate a real sense of security. I think Nate and it... This would be a perfect place to grill a sausage. Not as hot as an open fire, but still hot enough. Esther said there'd be a few sausages waiting for me when I returned from the village. Then, everything turned out differently.
Okay.
It's easy to see that Gulliver would like nothing better than to run into the woods after Esther. The only thing stopping him is that he can't leave Nate by himself. Thank goodness. Otherwise, I'd have another name on the rescue list. Every time I talk to him, I see that dreadful combination of hope and despair in his eyes. I won't do that any more than absolutely necessary.
Okay, fair enough.
The little fellow is hanging on in there. I'm sure he's trying to work out a way to help me. If you could look into that head of his, I'm sure you'd see little cogs whirring around like crazy. Nate has tried time and time again to cheer Timmy up the last few days. He even managed it occasionally, but Timmy always crept back into Esther's coat pocket.
Oh, poor little rat. Okay, what do we have here? Some wines?
A bit of fur. Could belong to the werewolf. He ran towards the woods and got a bit too close to these thorns.
Oops. Footprints.
Footprints. I'm no expert, but I'd say that these are Esther's footprints. They lead towards the woods, which would tally with what Gulliver said. Traces of both the werewolf and of Esther, but none of the paladin.
Okay, and the castle.
The sorcerer Van Buren spent his last years in the castle. He didn't trust his brother, and he wrote down a means of destroying his brother's powerful wand. As soon as we've rescued Timmy and Esther, we'll find a way to reach the castle, with or without the mayor's help. The sorcerer Van Buren spent his last... He didn't trust his brother. As soon as we...
Yes. Now, back into this dreadfully place. It is so dreadful.
It seems the mayor isn't just the mayor. Fireman, priest, coachman and blacksmith. Looks like he's also forced into being his own washerwoman.
It is so dreadful that they even have the sheets outside.
Hopefully the mayor won't have any objection, as long as it helps me banish the evil from the woods. You can always use some string, as I'm sure I've mentioned on more than one occasion. It wouldn't be theft. I really need the string for,
Stuff.
The washing line does, however, seem to be knotted to a hook on the house, which is much too high up for me.
Okay, so we can't reach that yet. Do we have something to reach it with? Not really, nope. Okay, inside, talk to the mayor.
Hello?
Oh, yes?
Okay.
Looks like I'm going to be helping you after all.
How do you mean?
The curse? The woods? It looks like we have a common enemy.
Right, right. I'll give it a go. I mean, I have more confidence in the bounty hunter, but I've reached the point where I'll grasp at any old straw. I will.
Thanks. How motivating.
Okay, what kind of shop is this?
This is a traditional adventurers and heroes shop, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was founded by my grandfather. He used to be very busy round here. Oh, there were giant spiders in the woods. There was an old goblin mine a day trip to the south. In the heyday of hero tourism, we were even thinking of building a sewer system. We sell armour, weapons, elixirs, provisions, ice arrows, antidotes, anything you need. And you can pay with spider legs, goblin ears, and things like that.
And what do you do with those?
It's a trade secret. If you want to sell something, you can do it risk-free. I'll look after the object in case you want to buy it back later.
You what?
Oh yeah, in case you change your mind later. Then you can buy back the same object for the same price. It's called the market economy.
Okay, so how do I find the heart of the wood?
This evil heart of the wood. What exactly is it? And where can I find it?
It's a clearing in the centre of the woods. There's an old dead tree standing in the middle of it. You'll recognise it when you see it.
But how am I going to find the clearing? The woods are pretty big.
And confusing. The heart of the wood doesn't want to be found. Yes, whatever it is that's sending these creatures after us, it lives in that clearing. Oh, I'm quite sure of that.
Do you think that it might be the ghost of the Sorcerer of Van Buren?
Well, you never know.
Perhaps. The elders did warn us. They said you should never mess with the sorcerer. They were scared and whispered of dreadful dangers. Oh, if only we'd listened to them. Oh, yeah.
Okay, can your ghost detector help me?
Couldn't your device help me find the heart of the wood? Doesn't it detect ghosts and stuff?
Ah, I see. You're saying that nothing around here radiates more psychokinetic energy than the heart of the wood. You might be right. You should get yourself a PKE.
Okay, I need some PKD.
I was hoping you could give me yours.
E.
My detector? Never! It's my PKE. It's never let me down.
But if you give it to me, I could find the heart of the wood and lift the curse.
Or you might be killed and lose it in the woods. It takes weeks to deliver such a masterpiece of occult technology.
That's exactly why I can't hang around here waiting for another device. I need yours.
Forget it. The PKE reliably shows when anything supernatural is creeping about. And I have to know that.
Okay.
I need something I can use to defend myself against a werewolf. Do you have anything like that?
Oh, we've never been attacked by a werewolf before, so we haven't got any special anti-werewolf weapons or the like. But as far as I know, any normal weapon made out of silver should do the job. What's your skill? Sword and shield? Twin daggers? Gun lance?
You mean you can fight with two daggers at the same time without mutilating yourself?
Oh, so you're a long-distance fighter. Oh. Bow, crossbow or slingshot? As amusing as it would be to use a slingshot against a werewolf, I'd pass on that. Bow or crossbow would be better. I've got a lovely composite bow +2 in stock, but it requires dexterity 15.
I think I might be able to handle something like that crossbow.
Yes, a light crossbow is easy to use and packs a real kick. Oh, any old fool can hit something with that.
What does a crossbow cost?
A light crossbow like that? How much does it cost?
3 gold, 7 silver and 2 copper coins. Or I'll give you a quest.
Ooh, what's the quest?
Bring me 10 wolf skins.
You just made that up on the spot, didn't you?
No, it's very important.
Sounds like a pretty generic task without any real purpose to me.
You bring me 10 wolf skins and get a crossbow as a reward. What's the problem? I haven't got any silver bolts, though.
Okay.
So you want me to bring you 10 wolf skins for a crossbow which will allow me to defend myself against a werewolf?
Right, yes. And while you're getting the skins, you'll gain some valuable experience that'll make you into a better hero.
But it's going to take forever to find 10 wolves. And I really don't want to strip the fur off them either. They need it.
10 skins for a crossbow, that's the quest. And if you like, I can quickly think of a backstory for it.
Not interested.
Okay, so 10. Need to